Ivy, of course, subbed in over Stellar last season on this map to play the Junkrat and Genji because that became a role. You were not DPS, you were Junkrat Genji, or you were Sombra Tracer, mostly Sombra.
Yeah.
On defense here for 7, we will see one variation. Is going to be Revenge will be playing support Brigitte here to help counter the dive.
Just going to be waiting for them to leap forward with Humbaba with Yakpung. Just get that shield bash ready to roll. Trap going to be destroyed. No one falling for that one. We'll see what the follow-up setup is going to be from Tuba.
No one's going to believe this fake bio grenade stuff. I mean, really. Like, let's just stop this. No one's like, oh my god, he just tossed a bio over the wall. Or like
go back to spawn quick, we got to change.
Smashed into the wall like there's nowhere near anybody. They're like, oh no!
Yeah, it's odd, to say the least.
I mean, I understand the idea, but I mean, let's be real.
All right, well, right now, Free playing on the low ground. To get some of that harass out from Ivy, who is currently about 50% of the way towards that Dragon Blade. In onto the point, so too Ardeont. Halfway to that first tick. 7 is going to have to collapse down to stop this. For now, it seems like it's going to be Free's responsibility. He dashes into the back of the point to get a lot of damage here. As Bazzi tries to go for that back flank angle. Gets a nice shot in onto Rain, and Free is going to be able to finish him off. Drop down onto the low ground. Bazzi finds the tap, finds the spray. Ivy going to die, and O2 Ardeont going to be held off.
Bazzi's having a great day on the Widow. It's only been when Climax has really gotten the better of him occasionally that O2 Ardeont has looked good attacking against it. Climax does zip in on the Tracer trying to flank. This is going to set up for potentially the Genji to get in here. Look at where Brigitte is standing. She has, of course, the third person look around here, but more importantly, she can stun any diver that walks around the corner. She's already ready for the shield bash. And O2 Ardeont tries to take a different approach. They split up the Tracer and the Genji for a two-pronged attack. Now forcing the round to the point. The halt, though, will disrupt the attack. Where is Ivy? Needs to get into an angle here to pull that blade.
Yeah, he's on the low ground. Blade's going to be ready to go. Yakpung diving up forward. Yakpung going to be going down. Rain does have the Valkyrie, but I still don't know. He's going to remotely be able to get that res off in time. Baba going to be taken out of that next up the struck. Coming out, in fact, and actually finds Free. Dragon Blade's here from Ivy. Finds a back angle onto Bazzi. Gets rid of him. Rest going to be used onto the Diva. As nearly a tick comes through from the side of O2 Ardeont. They can't get it quite yet. Tuba will be eliminated. Ivy with a deflection, bouncing the bomb straight back at him, takes him down. Now, such an awkward position, trying to kite his way back into this building. Doesn't have to rely on the health pack. The rest of his team does join in as they eliminate the tanks. Supercharger only going to be benefiting the Baby Diva. Will be taken out. It seems like O2 Ardeont will shatter the defenses. We'll get this point A cap. About 5.5 minutes in the time bank.
Now, in terms of the ultimates right now, the biggest ultimate of the 12 is actually Revenge's rally. He has the ability to set that up to prevent the snowball here. Ivy doesn't even have the blade yet. Baz is going to make the switch to the Ana for long-range healing here on their Genji defensively, as well as, of course, the heal denies that can be quite impactful when the dive comes through. Wow.
Going in, looking for the supports here. Shield bash immediately to the face, but still on that Primal Rage, so plenty of HP remaining here for Yakpung, and now has Violet healing him up. Ivy with the blade goes through, finds Mika, gets locked up, but still stays alive. Nice deflection, helping to keep him in the fight. Pulse bomb out from Climax, gets rid of Tuba. O2 Ardeont already gaining a tick on point B7. How are they going to counteract this? Revenge going low, down below half at the moment. As they pile through, trying to eliminate this. Brigitte are able to do so. The second tick now going to be gained. Still have 4.5 minutes remaining. O2 Ardeont, we have seen them on this map buy so much time, stay in fights for so damn long. With the trade back here onto Yakpung, it might just stop this push in its tracks, but already 2 ticks, even if they get halted here, is just so darn good for them.
Especially if Tuba doesn't have to use the blade. He's got the armor here passively, or not passively, long distance-wise from Revenge. Getting closer to getting another set of passive armor, as Revenge does hold 55% of a rally. Ivy makes the swap over to the Pharah, and will look to, from the sky, find an angle against a long-range hit scanless composition. It's triple support. Bazzi's support Ana here. Can be very strong against the Pharah, obviously with the, her damage has been changed quite a few times in her history.
That's going to be the Nano Blade coming through. First swipe, going to find Violet. Looking for a couple more targets. Dashes in, gets Rain as well.
The Nano Blade coming back here in Korea It's been a while.
It's been gaining popularity as of late. Oh, up into the air. They're looking for Ivy. It'd be a great stagger, and they managed to find it.
So worth for Tuba, who's able to pull out 18% of the blade as well.
He's going to show off a little bit.
Look, it's okay to pop off when you make a play like that. That's huge. You know, 2 ticks against you, decent time bank. You're destroying it. You're eating through it right now. And you're building time. You're really buying time for Revenge to build up another rally passively. 96% now.
Yep. Really has it. Climax, he just wants an angle for this pulse bomb, but again, no verticality here for the Tracer. Gets jumped on, forced out. With that recall, and the pulse bomb not going to be coming up with the kill. Rally going to be popped here by Revenge. Tuba will receive some of it. Ivy fights his way back, has the barrage ready to roll. Could pop it straight in onto Evo, but wants it to break the point open.
This triple support is so difficult to break through because it has this stun as well. It's more like, you know, I don't even know what you're going to do. He does get the pick on the Bazzi. This is the opening they were looking for.
Yep, Free and Tuba both going to be going down. The rest going to be used on the Bazzi, bringing them back into the fight. But there's no tank line, there's no Brigida. It's just going to be the Ana and the Mercy alone. Rockets follow up. Ivy finds the kill. O2 Ardeont looking to put this final nail in the coffin as Mika will die. Revenge flipping over to the Mei. Dragon Blades out from Tuba. Needs this one to be huge, but he thinks a rocket deflection coming through, but he's not going to get the splash damage. And Yakfung from behind will take him down.
Ice block, though, buys a lot of time. Humbaba eating a ton of damage. This is not over yet.
Climax to the pulse bomb. Revenge getting jumped on. Will get taken out. Ivy finding that kill. Free takes it back into the mech. One more time and get some Baba out of his with that self-destruct. Pulse bomb thrown down. Smattering of damage in onto Evo. He's got that Discord orb, but manages to heal up from the Mega Pack. Tuba comes in, swapping over to the Tracer himself, gets rid of Climax. And 7, it seems like they're actually going to be holding this one off.
7 looks so god tier with this hold right now. Revenge gets a pick onto Violet. Mika bought so much time. Got several kills. I think 3 kills he got. The last hits there. Tuba can switch back to the Genji. And we will see this triple support continue. It will, however, be Zenyatta rather than the Ana here. Bazzi making the switch over to the Brigida. To shut down Climax's Tracer, this is basically a requirement, but they want to keep the damage boosting there to prevent Yakfung from being able to pop off with this Primal Rage. They know he has it, that's why it's this composition with the Discord Orbs to help burst through that extra health.
Oh, but Tuba going to go down off the bat. Now Ivy stealing pretty frisky, going to be pushing forward, has that barrage, ready to roll, throws it down, the pillar is there, as this is the defense matrix, so not going to be finding the knockout onto Free. A bit of an extended one, though, comes through as Humbaba manages to get it, and that's going to be a cap coming through from O2 Ardeont in the end, with 47 seconds remaining, so fantastic time buying by 7. They started with 5.5 minutes.
That's right, and I think this feels like a huge win for 7. You know, few O2 Ardeont fans, the cheers in the crowd, it always feels good when your team's able to get completion. But for most of the members in the booth, they look a little bit solemn because, you know, this is a team that has never lost a single map. A single map. 8-0 in a very high-level region on Assault. And 7 now, when you're the attacker after defending, that's why you always pick defense. You know exactly how much time you need, how much time you have to work with. You have a complete knowledge of how much time you can allocate to switching, for example. Attacking first, you can never think about that. You can never really put it in your mind, like, I think we're probably going to have about this much time so we can switch to triple tank here. So that's why, surprise, surprise, looks like we're going to see a Reinhardt Zarya potentially to start out. Teams that defend first, especially on Hanamura and Horizon particularly, they are able to buy this much time. They usually start out with a tank comp, because a tank comp is almost a surefire, slower win. You're going to get ults quickly. This could be a fake, of course, again, because we've been seeing a lot of that. But they have the option to run this. If it fails, they can switch because they know where the time bank is at right now. And that's the cool kind of thing about defending first. I couldn't tell you guys what we're going to see based on the lock-ins right now, as Ivy wants to get some info.
I think it's going to go back over to the tanks. We'll see if Evo wants to go for the Reinhardt, or if he's going to just swap over to the Winston and just have the Zarya bubble to back him up on the dive.
Yeah, it could also just be they go for, like, Widow Genji. Okay. Yeah, that's what it looks like it may be.
And yeah, double sniper. Okay.
So Reinhardt, Zarya, sniper. The Hanzo here serves as tank burst against the enemy tanks. Obviously, the D.Va in particular, you don't want to use your resources to kill the Orisa. She's just going to get rezzed. They do get around into a good position here. This is just for ult buying. This is an eco push. They can, you know, win you the point if you get lucky, but it's mostly just to build ultimates. And so far, Ardeont has denied most of that ult charge.
Yeah, I mean, Free is only at 8%. It's just going to be natural because they have to try to get through the barriers here. Finally do so. High energy on Free. Going to start being a very real threat to the side of O2 Ardeont soon, but they also have a Riptire just about ready to go here from the side of Ivy, and Climax manages to find a shot on the tuba, where it's going to be used by Mika. And 7, so far, struggling a lot with building up for these ultimates. Nice flank angle though from Bazzi. Shot on the Climax post range from the Zenyatta, but now the Riptire coming down. Violet's going to go out. That's going to be the Tire committed just to get rid of that enemy Widowmaker. So Bazzi will fall, as does Evo. 7 going to be halted in their tracks. Still only 38% on this Graviton.
Exactly. Now they have to make a tough choice. Do we commit to this further? You're kind of locked into it now. Free's just using right clicks on the high ground here to try to build what he can. He's got 96 energy, so each shot is worth about 8%, as you can see. Okay,
yeah,
this could be it.
Starting to shut them down. He's been building this one up rapidly now, ever since everyone just corralled themselves into the side room. Yakfeng finds a kill on the tuba. Barrier coming down yet again, but Bazzi got another back angle.
Scary thing is if they actually get this without using ults, their second push is going to be terrifying.
Yeah. Absolutely ridiculous if they can pull that one off. Revenge will fall. Violet alleviating some pressure as the second take comes through to the side of 7. Almost 100 energy, yep. Peeking up, almost gets Humbaba taken out of that mech, but cannot finish him off. Evo a bit too far forward, just desperately trying to get that ultimate ready to go. Will go down as Ivy picks up 3.
Okay, now this is still fine for 7 because they have 2 minutes left, and if they can get this second push without using ultimates, then, you know, as we mentioned, like the second push is terrifying. You have to switch comp, it gets a little bit nasty. However, if they do not get it without ultimates, they can use the ultimates to take it, but that's when it becomes a really competitive point B, right? So that's what O2 Ardeont is looking for. Almost certainly, with this ult situation here, 7 gets A. But what they need to use to get A is
Grab's going to be straight into the wall. The Dragon Strike coming through from Tuba. Will roll in. That's going to be Rain going down. Humbaba out of the mech. Bazzi able to get that pop. Riptire coming around from the side. Does find Tuba, and Free will die. So still trading back 2 kills.
It's important they got Rain, because that's no res for the Orisa. She may not need it though, she's still staying alive.
Climax, a couple shots in, takes revenge to Mika low. Free gets res, gets killed again by Violet. Now has the Transcendence, is gonna pop this one immediately. Charge comes through, Evo just trying to get the hell out of there. It's a sliver of HP and will get taken down. Now it's 53 seconds on the clock. O2 Ardeont. Can they actually pull off a full hold, giving 7 their first ever assault loss?
Starts to feel that way. They're gonna have to make the Genji swap here. And, you know, no idea what that beeping is. The Zarya ultimate there felt pretty haphazard. There was no way to do any follow-up damage for Evo on the Reinhardt. And O2 Ardeont played so well around this. Sure, they got caught with the grav, but it didn't do enough, and it took them so long to build it that 20 seconds is all they've got. They're going to have to ultless, minus the Valkyrie, of course, ultless push this in.
Yeah.
In the longer fight, they will get the Transcendence, but I mean, this is the most uphill battle you could ever fight. Here it comes.
Good. Go ahead, dive up onto the high ground, looking to take out Climax, but he will not fall. Just kites his way around the corner and even has that Mega Pack there, trying to keep himself sustained. Tuba spraying away, trying to build up for a Dragon Blade. Faster than he's ever built one before, but 7 have already lost their tanks. It's going to be the Transcendence coming through. Mika trying to get the res off, does bring 3 back into the fight, but the Tire comes through. Tuba's going to die, and O2 Ardeont, they have pulled it off. They're going to be handing 7 their first ever loss on an assault map. They will lead 2-1 in this series as they execute a full hold here on Temple of Anubis.
The 8-0 is no more. It will be the 8-1 now. And their first blemish, their first record on Anubis is an 0-1. They tried the tank composition, but O2 Ardeont was so ready for it. Evo, just not in position to have a follow-up shadow or anything like that after the grab surge that was placed into the bridge there. Nice placement, avoiding potential defense matrix, but I mean, talk about a shutdown here by O2 Ardeont. It's their best assault map. Very intelligent map pick from them. And now as we head into Escort, it's a little bit stressful as 7. History may not repeat itself this time. 7 walked away with a 4-0 after already being qualified for playoffs. And today, 1 loss away from a very different story. And And this map just continues to be such a great one for O2 Ardeont.
Yep. Another great victory for them here on Anubis. 7, their map choice coming in for Escort. Need to tie this up to force us to that tiebreaker on Achilios.
They don't have a particular favorite map in terms of where they would take us, but love this climax science. This is gimme MVP. But yeah, it's, you know, any map is certainly viable here. If we think about how O2 Ardeont is playing today, I mean, I think you really just want to avoid Route 66. They've had decent setups in terms of time buying, like shutting down pushes. Like their defense today has been really good.
Yeah.
And shutting down pushes, learning the Ana composition, which is certainly going to be potentially viable on that map. Maybe even on Kings Row. I mean, not Kings Row, Dorado. Which you've seen on Kings Row.
Very different.
Dorado Point A is somewhat
different
similar.
European city, but yeah.
Yeah. Dorado Point A, somewhat similar to Kings Row Point A. They've got some similarities in that archway and stuff. But yeah, I mean, Rialto is a map that you could pull out if you're feeling like you're going to go back to, you're going to switch Tuba to the Pharah, just kind of continue to run what you've been doing for the most part, Tuba on the Pharah, then the Widow comes out. You can then switch to Hanzo once we get into B with the Orisa attack opening. But yeah, I mean, mentality-wise, like, O2 Ardeont swings the momentum hard.
Yep.
They have the full hold on Anubis against a team that's never lost Assault. They had a very weak time bank after B, so they're probably feeling going into that A, like, we have to destroy this time bank right now. We have to be efficient. But their ability to deny ult charge to free there was what won them that map, I think. I mean, it took so long.
Yeah, it was a really, really nice delay, and because we get ready to move into this final map, this is going to be Adora coming in over Tuba. So finally we'll be seeing the swap. Thought maybe we would just see Tuba throughout this entire series, but here in the final hour.
Does smell like potentially Junkertown or the Dorado
Team
pick.
Spirit.
As well as Team Spirit, yes.
Team Spirit.
Whatever,
Nirvana
I don't know.
reference,
I don't know.
man. Come on. All right, I'll stop talking. You do your analysis. I'll stop derailing you.
Ivy, you know, versus Adora here is a very exciting one, I think. Adora being definitely the strongest player on the Foxes last season, with Oporochi backing him up. A lot of discussion in the O2 Ardeont booth now about what they want to run. It looks like map choice has been told to them. The Korean commentators get the map info given to them beforehand, whereas Achilles and myself prefer to be surprised when the screen comes up.
We have abstained from that. They asked us if we wanted the info as the map was selected. We said no, because, you know, we like to guess and kind of conject about it. So every time Wolf is correctly picking a map, like we saw with the Temple of Anubis, that's just his analytical prowess.
Well, listen, this is one of those moments where I can't flex my analytical prowess because there's not a clear, obvious choice. The Adora sub does make it feel like we're going to be seeing a more Genji-heavy comp, just because that's what he was famous for. But his Brigitte, I think, is better than Tuba's, and he has kind of been the set Brigitte player. So it looks like we have a technical problem, so we're going to watch these highlights real quick. Just in general, like, you know, I love how the defense was for O2 Ardeont. This was, of course, their struggles here on A with their dive. It took them a long time to close it out. Time buys revenge on the May and stuff like that, as you can see here. In this case, it's on the Brigitte. We didn't get to the May part yet.
Nano Blade!
They bought so much time here. It was really cool to see the triple DPS and Bazzi on the Ana in particular, since he is a sniper player. A triple support is like almost never seen.
Yeah.
But look at this. Grab comes in, but like you can't follow up. Look at Evo down there on the ground. He's like, please let me be relevant. He's swinging his hammer around, not hitting anybody. The Riptires just continue to shut everybody down. They couldn't continue the momentum.
It was definitely rough when you land the grab Dragon Strike, and that doesn't really give you much push on the point. You know that things are not looking good for you,
especially when it takes you that long to build it, so you don't have a follow-up plan. You don't have a plan B.
If that happened in, you know, like a minute and a half into the push, it would have been okay. But the fact that this was, a ways in, and then swaps ended up coming through, trying to get the Genji in there in the last minute or so of the push. You knew things were just pretty unfortunate for the side of Seven, but seems like Adora has just been getting everything ready to roll with his settings, making sure that he's nice and comfy here in the booth.
Yeah, that kind of thing is important.
Can't play uncomfortably, man.
Nope.
It's it just leads to tilt and bad times.
Well, it doesn't lead to the highest possible level of play.
That's why, like, I never go to the PC bongs, the LAN cafes here in Korea, because I just am so much more comfortable in my own home setup.
Literally, it took me probably 2 years to feel comfortable playing StarCraft in a PC bong. And back when I was playing StarCraft like really competitively, I would have to bring my keyboard and stuff, and I hated it. And then sometimes my friends would be like, let's go to the PC bong. I'm like, I don't have my keyboard. They're like, get over yourself, man. I'm like, no. Then I'd play, get tilted after 2 games. I'm like, I can't play this.
Yeah.
I'm just going to play League.
Everyone has, like a preferred setup.
But, like, after 2 years, though, I kind of just got used to playing with any keyboard. And, like, as a non-pro gamer, like myself, like, I think it is good to get used to that sort of thing. But, sometimes as a pro gamer, it is good to kind of get yourself more accustomed to and more acclimated with playing in different settings. Especially in a scene like in Korea, where sometimes the grand finals are a different location than your group stage. You're playing somewhere else, different venue. And in the past, especially before we had like more regionalized esports in Korea, a lot of Korean pro gamers would travel overseas to many, many different countries. You'd be in Europe, you'd be in multiple different parts of the US, and you're always on a different stage, you're always on a different table. And obviously we were at a different venue for Season 1, now we're in a different venue for Season 2, so even the desk size and stuff like that can be something that takes some time to get used to. But anyways, we may have something a little bit more technical involved here than...
Yeah, we haven't had any updates. I can see that we do have a ref in the booth with Adora, so it seems like he might be having some problems getting his settings ready to go.
Yeah, or logging in, potentially.
So, yeah, not 100% as to what the...
It looks like the sound issue.
Problem with his earbuds, perhaps?
Yeah.
Because, like, let me take a look at this. It's like, yeah, it goes in your ear.
It's actually really funny.
Like, now put this one in.
He's like, which one's left and which one's right? Because, like, it says L and it says R. He's like, God, Adora, like, can't. All right, we're just going to sub you back out and put Tuba in if you're going to be like this.
I was like, oh, my God, I can't believe this guy doesn't know what ear to put his buds in. This is ridiculous.
It's funny to me that, well, not funny, but I guess ironic that all the players in the booth right now, it seems that the O2 Ardeont ones are the ones that feel more pressure, given that they have such a nice edge now, competitive advantage. They go into Seven's map pick, but O2 Ardeont does have the advantage in terms of win rate on escort maps, 7-4 to the 5-4 of 7.
Oh.
And that's, of course, O2 Ardeont having that playoff win advantage.
Just the band?
I mean, I'm guessing it's probably something deeper than just, like, his earbuds aren't working.
Yeah, there's got to be some kind of, like, actual problem here, but we'll see how much longer it'll take for us to get things rolling so we can jump in and figure out if this is going to be O2 Ardeont closing out with a 3-1, or if we will have another tiebreaker.
I'm kind of leaning towards...
That'd be 2 tiebreakers, I believe, that Seven's been a part of if this happens.
That's right. Kind of leaning towards that O2 Ardeont's able to close it out, though, I mean, Seven's been pushed to the brink of their strategy. They've brought so much strategical depth to this series. But O2 Ardeont has brought more consistency. Adora's being subbed in here. A late sub on this map means that, that anything could happen, but, it might be that Adora was not even prepared to play today, but this is desperation.
I hear the music. That means we're ready to go, Wolf. We can finally figure out what this potentially final map is going to be. Selection being made by Seven. With Adora in the mix. Definitely raises a lot of questions, a lot of uncertainty about what this choice is going to be.
Well, we can talk about the strengths of Adora after we know the map type. I think I see it already. Spoiler alert. I'm not going to spoil it until it appears, but it will be Junkertown.
Okay, Junkertown then.
So this is not a huge surprise. Bazzi stayed in, And Adora is going to come through here, I think, to try to kind of further what they're capable of doing with the Junkrat, but also the Brigitte pick is so powerful on this map, and with the setup that you need to play on Junkertown right now, with the Roadhog being subbed in as a support oftentimes, you need a strong Brigitte main player to play the role, not a flex. So that's why Adora comes in. As we saw on 7, everyone played the Brigitte, including Bazzi.
Yeah.
But on this map, if you're going to run that rigid, you know, solo support comp, as we go into B and C, you need to have that Brigitte main. So let's see how they play it. We're really getting into the mind games here with the tab screen after what we saw with already earlier this season, or sorry, earlier in Overwatch League, the Sureforce strategy on King's Row, where they use the tab screen against their opponents. Now we're trying to see teams try to, like, oh, like maybe we were running Soldier. Oh, like, yeah. He jumped off the side. Like, look at the kill feed. But no one's falling for that. It is going to be both supports switching to the Roadhog. Feels bad for Humbaba. He's like, I wish I could play it, but I have to play D.Va. Mercy here, going to be a staple. We'll see if that changes after the PTR changes come through. But
hope you guys like hooks, because you're going to see a lot of them here. Revenge on this Roadhog as well as they go on the attack. Bazzi pushing up, already getting around the flank, and Ivy's been eliminated. That alleviates a lot of pressure. Rain will bring him back into the fray. And Climax will take Bazzi's head off.
Adora is the Hanzo player for the squad as well, and obviously he's going to look to do a lot with that. For A, as we head into B, he'll probably make that Brigitte switch I was talking about before, but this makes it a lot more difficult for the tanks to defend here. Junkrat not having great success here either on the defense for Ardeont. 30% at a minute in is pretty weak in terms of ult charge building. Just been denied mostly by the enemy Orisa shields.
Well, that's going to be the Hulk coming in. Evo getting locked down and taken out. Bazzi yet again tries to come around the side, but you can see Climax was ready, as was Humbaba. Both immediately pour in onto that Widowmaker and force him back, and Revenge will die in the meantime. Much closer to the whole hog, however, as Violet is only at 43%, so the harass hasn't been that strong from him, but the other tanks on Ardeont do have advantages over the likes of Evo and Free.
The whole hog's not actually a really high impact ultimate in this meta, but can really show the difference in terms of accuracy and damage output. It's kind of that's where you can gauge where that's at. Here's the hog available. You could use it as an engage here.
Tire coming through, gonna get the pop there. On to Freeze. Mech. Violet gonna be res back in. Bazzi popping over the top. Really has that infra sight ready to go. Ivy is still just spamming away like a madman. They poop out that baby D.Va. And Humbaba will just go ahead and run her down. But all gonna be popped by Revenge. Pushes Humbaba off the map. No res going to be available here for that D.Va now.
How did Adora get the whole hog kill? I'll never know.
You know, sometimes it's just like happy little accidents. Happy little graphical errors that can come up in the kill feed when so much action is happening. But 7, yeah, get rid of Humbaba, and they can just push forward from there, get this completion onto point A. There's a decent start to the defense here from Ardeont, but certainly not a full hold like we've seen in the past.
Oh yeah, definitely not. But as we head into B, looks like Ardeont still wants to hold on to this composition. They want to at least get a Rip Tire out of this. This Free will actually get caught, overextending a little bit here. But Adora is just trying to build for a Dragon Blade, or sorry, a Dragon Strike. That's why they're playing like this right now, as the cart rolls through slowly. They're going to lose this fight. They should be able to, back off, set up on the cart again.
Self-destruct tossed in, manages to find a Revenge. That man can't get away quick enough. And Violet will find the kill there onto Mika. So good forward position gained here for the side of Ardeont as Ivy just gets set up with the remote bomb.
And that is critical to be able to set up like this on the high ground with the Widow in safe positioning. She'll be on the high ground in this case for Climax. But Adora does have that Dragon Strike. That's what they wanted to build with that last attack, so they can use this to disrupt the positioning. Here it comes.
Gonna toss this one out onto the high ground. Rain. Oh, he pops the Valkyrie to try to go up above it, but still does get clipped and taken
this
out.
Could ruin everything, though.
Very costly, but Ivy at least manages to trade back the enemy. Mercy here. Violet going aggro, trying to get that kill, but will get taken down. You can see the rest of his squad still having his back, coming up with kills, keeping keeping O2 Ardeont very relevant here on the defense. Now with Yakpung going down, they lose that forward position as they just stroll through the barrier.
Okay, they have the self-destruct they can use as another initiation tool here. And they kind of swinging that around the corner, maybe what they want. Bazzi going to pop out the Empress Sight for trading those right now. So they know exactly where Junkrat is. Ivy is trying to reposition as a result. Barrier advantage here to O2. Freeze on it,
coming through. Oh man, they're pulling Violet in very deep. Holt into hook. Cannot get the kill. Bazzi comes over the top, finds Climax, lines it up. Now looking for more. The Hulk comes in. Shot on a Yakpung, a headshot onto Violet. Drops onto the low ground. Looking for the Diva. Pushes off the self-destruct, finds the kill. Certainly not going to be the biggest bang ever, but still manages to get rid of 3. Nicely done by Humbaba, but he will get taken down in the end.
Nice angle here.
Coming around the backside, tosses in that Dragon Strike, but Violet will be able to take him out. Yakpung has the supercharger on the ground. Violet spraying away. Whole Hog coming up at 25%. Holt goes into the back, not going to find the drag.
Ren's going to have his first.
Holding right here with this side room. Barrier tossed up, 7. Losing a considerable amount of time, and a great hook from Violet. Takes down Mika.
It's incredible to me how much Bazzi is able to do. We're going to see that self-destruct just try to open this up so that they can get a position for the Hog. It's incredible to me what Bazzi's able to do given the high ground, man. He's just untouched. And his team just gets him up there every time.
Yep, there's another one.
Like, it's how does he just keep getting up there and getting these kills? He's popping off. Like, I'm amazed. Like, I'm impressed. I have no words for it. And he just gets up there again. And this isn't even with a dive comp. He gets on the high ground and controls it. He kills Climax. And then he's just taking pot shots. They're like winning. I'm not messing around here. They're winning 4v6 fights, 3v6 fights. And they are not killing. They're not killing Bazzi. He's doing so much damage. Buying time for his teammates to respawn and come back in. It's insane. They get this completion onto B. This is not by any means a great push for 7, but with the cards stacked against them, Bazzi gets up there every time. It's just unbelievable.
One flank coming in from Adora there. Dropping the pulse bomb, not going to be finding any kills, however. Just go ahead and kite back around with the rest of the squad. As it's just going to be this low ground angle from the side of O2 Ardeont. Riptire goes in, finds 2. Bench and Mika both going down. And that's going to be enough encouragement for O2 Ardeont to push forward onto this cart and just try to rip apart the rest of the members of 7. 3 will make it out with his mech. Hook comes through. Adora is going to fall. And now they have a nice forward position to play around. The barrier going to be set up right here next to the door.
Okay. This is going to be, you know, the approach is rough. Like, Bazzi can't get line of sight advantage here. Oh, although as I say that barrier goes down. It's a totally different story.
3 finds 2. Yakpung and Climax both going to die. I believe that was set up by a Halt coming in from Evo. Just dragging them up over top of the barrier. So great coordination coming through. Now Bazzi puts another one in the grave. Finding the kill there onto Ivy. And the headshot onto Humbaba.
Okay, really great position for 7 to get a few more kills to close this one out. This is their last real stand here. If they lose control of this high ground, they are not going to get completion. They do not have the time to switch composition. It's now or never. Trying to break this barrier.
Truck going to be going up. Looking for the pickoff. And just to find Mika, a very crucial one here. And now the Riptire getting shredded down. A bit of damage in on the free, but will not find the pop. It's a bit too far away. Turned it around. Way too late. Nora comes up with multiple kills in the Climax. Does find Revenge, does take him down the whole hog out from Violet. Eliminating 2, eliminating 3. Finds the baby Diva. And 7 with 14 seconds left. They need someone to desperately tag in onto this payload. So you can see just how far forward O2 Ardeont are playing. A hook down onto Revenge. He is going to fall. Somebody's got to get there. They got to do it now.
They got to get here now, but they're not going to be able to get high ground. That's why Bazzi switched to the Tracer.
Dash trying to come through. Bazzi can't do it.
Can't happen. So they get held. But this is not over yet. This is not over yet. This was attack. And now we're heading into a situation where 7 gets to play their defense where they have line of sight advantage out the gate on defense. And what Adora plays here is unknown yet. He may just continue to run that Hanzo if they want to burst the tanks. He did not play the Brigida that I was heralding him for being the main Brigida player for this team. He did not play it. But boy, did Bazzi really put the team on his back for real. there towards point B. Like, there were so many times where he just was able to kill Climax over and over and over again. He's got no tanks. He has no support on him. And he's killing Climax. And he's like, well, you're dead. So I got line of sight advantage. My friends are coming back. No one can dive me because there's no dive tanks on the other side. Arisa's trying to halt me off, and I'm just hooking back up. Crazy guy. I mean,
yep.
Really.
Well, wonderfully done by him, but not enough to get that full push going through. So map completion for O2 Ardeont will net them a series victory, the 3-1 record. Otherwise, if Seven can hold them down, stop them from getting the push, we'll be going to a 5th and final map, a tiebreaker on Achilios.
Let's see, you know, how much pushing power the squad of O2 is going to have here. Bazzi obviously going to be on the Widow. Adora will run the Junkrat here, so that's how defense works. Unless they see a Genji come out from Ivy on attack, which is super not meta right now. But if that does happen, as soon as he dies, he'll switch to that Brigitte. Looks like we are going to see Violet sub to the Bastion attack here. Somewhat of a pirate ship-esque proposition here with the Hanzo. Not exactly the pirate ship, but, you know, reminiscent.
Definitely an odd transition here. Violet moving over to this.
Now, if Revenge is not spotted, he can flank and pick. That's what Climax is looking for right now.
Gotta be careful. Falling off. Bastion starts moving forward. You can see alternating healing and DPS boosting coming in from Rain. But, well, he'll die.
Great Junkrat play here from Adora. Yep. Fantastic.
Shuts him down. Humbaba taking out of that mech as well.
That was a huge flank angle he got there. They did not see him. Everyone was focused on the Orisa barrier war. He sneaks in. Concussive mines. He was not being healed as well. So Mika actually made sure that they did not know where he was. So they didn't see the healing beam, despite the fact he took some early damage. Swapping the comp here. Or actually, I guess just resetting the Baby Diva there. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. Is Humbaba.
Hook coming down. That's going to be massive shred onto Free. Taking out, taking low. Riptire comes over the top. Not going to be getting any kills. Doesn't even get a pop on a mech. So very crucial miss there from the Junkrat, but as Adora still coming up with kills as Ivy and Climax are going to be eliminated. So no DPS available for the side of O2 Ardeont outside of Violet really on this Roadhog. But from Revenge going to miss. He's getting pocketed back up by Mika. Keeping him alive. And on this cart where he nearly has that whole hog ready to go. Another Riptire on the way for Adora, and Bazzi yet again will be taking down Climax.
He's got the Empress Sight as well, so you know, he's trying to stagger more. Adora is killing it on this Junkrat right now. He's got another Riptire. And he's like, hey Mika, hold on, don't heal me yet. I want you to get ult charge after you use your Valk. I'm never dying. The Dragon Strike is ready here for Ivy. And they do have the Empress Sight they can use to gain vision advantage to utilize that correctly. But guess what? Seven's already playing around, and look how far back they are. It has to go fully through the house in order to hit them. Okay, this is the best angle he can hope for.
Yeah, he's going to just toss it straight up here into the front side. Evo now going to be isolated away from the rest of his team, and Climax does trade up against Bazzi this time around. Now looking for a little bit more. Self-destruct into the air from Free. As he tries to make it back into the mech, will be able to do so as Revenge just sprays away with the whole hog. It's halted back in, but he's got to exit. He knows that this one's pretty much over.
Riptire's the last line of defense here. If they can get it in, it's going to be a ways away.
I think they're just going to go ahead, kite back, get set up.
I think you're right.
On the street space.
It's the better idea. You know, we saw so many teams in Season 1 try to recontrol and contest A. When you do that, you give your opponent free control of B. And when this Widow matchup between these two fantastic Widows, Climax and Bazzi, is one of the big deciding factors in this matchup on this map, you just cannot afford to risk giving up inside control. So they hold the Riptire. Climax is kind of really playing the disadvantage here. Does get one shot off.
Yeah, finds a nice hit onto Evo, but it's not going to be enough to kill him. Rez is going to be down for a little while longer.
This is a really big ass.
Comes over from the top. They spot it out. Hasn't taken much damage yet, though. They've managed to focus it in the end. Violet comes up with a killing blow.
If that got anything done, it would have been tragic for O2 Ardeont.
Yep. Well, not going to happen. Another Dragon Strike now ready to go. Revenge finds a kill on the Climax. Ivy just spams away. Look at the tank plus. Finds the headshot. Sonic Arrow onto Bazzi. takes him out. Now Dragon Strike
huge.
is going to be tossed straight up the street. The supercharger here, but not really going to be benefiting too many people as they shred that one down. A team wipe effectively getting ready to come through as Mika just tries to buy some time. O2 Ardeont breaking open the street space on Junkertown.
Killing Bazzi is your #1 goal, man. He's public enemy #1 for O2 Ardeont right now. Getting that Sonic Arrow kill there, but he was trying to use the Sonic Arrow to get vision to try to flank him and kill him. The Sonic Arrow gets the kill, you remove the threat, you now can put your full focus and attention as Ivy on this Hanzo to killing the enemy tanks without threat of Bazzi's sightlines.
Coming down, looking for another pickoff, not going to find it. 3.5 minutes on the clock for the side of O2 Ardeont. Much faster push coming through from them compared to 7. Defensive setup yet again, still just going to be forward. The barrier is going to be broken, and Climax finds the shot on Mika. The hook coming down, Free going to get knocked out. Evo falling, and O2 Ardeont are going to gain so much ground with this push. Full Hawk used by Revenge,
Adora,
but shut down immediately. An absolute tragedy.
Adora just really playing greedy, trying to look for kills, flanking. Whereas what we saw from Ivy was he was breaking the barrier. He used his Storm Arrows to break the barrier, which allowed that play to happen. You build less ult charge this way, you get less kills, but you break the barrier, you win the fight, you've got your barrier intact. Good decision making here by Ivy. Now they have the ult advantage as Bazzi makes the Genji switch, not a hero he's known for. Let's see if they can defend here. Very close to Ardeont closing out this series.
Storm Arrows coming through, Ivy making sure that he's not getting pinched on. Needs this Dragon Strike to connect. Dash to the side from Rain as he tries to stay alive, not going to be able to do so. Double Struck will find Ivy, a trade back from Humbaba, gets rid of Evo, and now Mika's dead. But O2 Ardeont suffered too heavy of losses. We'll have to wait and regroup as they get ready to go into the push. Climax getting staggered, not helping them out very much. But they still have 2:10 left on the time bank, the cart right in front.
Ivy makes the right choice. They know that 7's probably not going to switch, they'll lose too many ultimates, so they make the switch to the Brigida. And knowing that, before seeing it, 7's already made that switch, so it's like next level hero swaps going on. Bazzi makes the switch back to the Widow, predicting the Brigida switch. So mind games coming through here, so if it comes back to a Widow matchup, more mobility though on the side of 7 because they have Adora on this Tracer. He's holding a Pulse Bomb right now. That's a tool that O2 does not have on this attack.
We'll see if he's going to focus on Ivy with that or try to go for one of the supports. Dashes in, tosses it down. Not going to find a stick, not going to find a kill. Mbaba will get taken out of the mech by Free. Still a very welcome result for the side of 7 here. They also get rid of Yakpuk, so they hold them off yet again. With a minute and 20 remaining, 10-7. Pull off this hold and force us on to Achilios for that tiebreaker.
That's the question. Right now, you know, it's starting to look like they may just be able to do it. Bazzi has line of sight advantage, but Climax is going to have the Emperor sight. That's going to give you all the info you need. Ivy's, you know, in 1 minute of time, you will be able to build the rally. That's going to probably be what they need to push through and have that sustained extra armor.
Oh! Already, though, Bazzi now, Emperor sight going to be tossed up as he takes down Climax. And Transcendence coming through from Violet.
Wasted is...
everybody alive. The Red's now going to be coming in. Rain trying to stay alive. Just skirt around the sightlines of Bazzi.
Self-destruct Wasted is such a big deal here for 7. One of their bigger tools to deny this completion.
Primal Rage up on both sides. Transcendence
rally time.
Revenge. And now even, yeah, as you say it, it's going to pop the rally. As soon as it becomes available, took down Adora. Bazzi yet again, however, does get the kill on the Climax. Evo's in the back. Discord Orb in onto the Primal Rage. Winston, he'll go low, but hasn't gone down yet. Leaps back into Revenge, who has that Transcendence pop. Tops him back up. No ults on either side at the moment as Yakpung goes low, but Evo is going lower. First healed back
he's pushing
through.
it.
Manages to stay alive. They start moving the cart up as we enter overtime. Free coming in from the backside. Tosses out the self-destruct, but he's not going to find a pick. Yakpung gets the Goomba Stomp on the Mika, eliminating the Mercy, but they trade out for Rain as Free finds the kill. And he'll lose his mech because of that one. And yet again, Bazzi just kills Climax. The only person he's been taken down in the kill feed has been the enemy Widow. He can't follow up on anybody else. Whereas O2 Ardeont just steamroll forward. They get Bazzi, they get the team wipe, they'll get the series 3-1 as they complete Junkertown.
One of our most close maps of Junkertown we've cast in a while. So many mind games there on the Brigida switches, the Widow swaps in the end. And O2 Ardeont come up big with Violet having the better Roadhog overall in the Roadhog swaps. And despite the fact that Bazzi was able to do a ton there on attack to save some of their pushing where they got halted there on B, it was just not good enough on the defense. And as you can see, the coach comes in the booth, the assistant coach as well. Not a lot of smiles in the O2 Ardeont booth because they know this series was a lot more difficult than what they wanted. They wanted to come in and dominate and show that they were the stronger team. But they do change history. They went 0-4 last season. This time, times have changed.
Yeah.
And it's not just the miracle playoff run they're known for, but they are beating top-tier teams in group stage. But it did not come without a price. It did not come without the weak time bank they had on Anubis, as well as further problems going into hybrid there as well on Hollywood, showing their weakness in controlling high ground. So they had to show a lot here in order to take this close win. But still, at the end of the day, it's a +2 map score and guaranteed playoffs. So once again, O2 Ardeont will be joining us in the playoffs. Let's see if a miracle run happens once again.
Well, they can try to pull it off. We'll see what they can do. For now, Element Mystic, the only team handing them a match loss. That was a crushing defeat, but they get a very nice win and some revenge at the same time here in the group stage. They're going to be moving to a 3-1 record with a +5, and as you say, locked into playoffs just underneath Element Mystic. 7, going to be falling down just a bit here with this loss. Still seem like they're going to be fine. Don't think that they're going to be usurped by anybody else trying to make their way into the top 4 for this for the playoffs, but you know, they could come in as one of the lowest seeds now.
They could. That is certainly true. They played well. And I think Evo, despite having some problematic moments throughout the first 3 weeks now of Contenders Korea, I do feel he's stepped up quite a bit. The guy looks to be more proficient on the Winston in particular. And the squad synergy around Bazzi was phenomenal. How many times he was able to control high ground with a dive from Evo, and Mika, of course, with the support there. Getting on the high ground, killing everybody there once he got it was how they played both Hollywood and the middle part of that Junkertown map.